you just get like anything. It's just you get this. It's like a very very small itch, you know, and you scratch it, and then you scratch it, it gets itchier, you just scratch it, and the obvious one to talk would be FLEGS. You know what I mean? And the playing guy does thing FLEGS, and it was just, and this is why I think comics to some degree you're in you're part of this community, but you still have this antennae that sees the ridiculous or the that strange, quirky things that we do. So I just noticed, how can you not notice flags? I mean, my whole life they'd been there, and but I was just in one time one day, and there was tourists were starting to come in then, and I just thought in my head, what must they think? Like, what? They go down New Lodge Road, it's all tricolours. They turn left and suddenly it's Union Jacks. But better still, on the with the tricolours, you've got the PLO flag, and over there you've got the Israeli flag. You might be curious, what is it? You know what's going on? And that was the idea. And that was it. Then you read it out. It was about 4 minutes, whatever it was. But people don't believe it. I had never done that. I had never done that bit of material until I sat my arse on the set in the Millennium Forum in Derry. We were filming that night. I hadn't even seen the props. Props guy made the flags, and Murph, God love him, he said he walked out and his heart sank because being BBC Northern Ireland, they're only printed in one side. So he says, knowing me, I'm going to put the flags on the wrong way around. People going, why all the white flags? But then you do it, and this is the truth. As I did it, another bit of material came in that I hadn't meant to be part of that. You know, it wasn't meant to be that wee part, but it just sort of bump came in. Um, so there's other people write down the system, and I'm not like that. I can't do that. It just doesn't work for me. You know, as I say, the most I write is when I'm actually doing it. You know, as you know, when we went on tour, the first show was never the same as the last show. You know, there was maybe a 10 minutes new stuff in the middle of that, just that 15 or 16 theater tour. So that's the way it comes. And each comic's different. Some guys do write it out. Some guys are very sort of rigorous in their punchlines and all this sort of stuff. But that just doesn't work for me.